You guys, what it do? Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. It is 6:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think today is Friday, June 17th, 2022. So that being said, welcome back, you guys. Make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. I just joined TikTok at Ty_guidance to stay up to date. So with that being said, for today's video, I'm just going to be briefly talking about being honest and why I feel like it is important. So I'm going to go ahead and wait a minute or two. But yes, you guys, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ty_guidance. So as I go ahead and let the timer on and set it, I'm going to make the thumbnail. And I do apologize, you guys, if the lighting looks like not the best, but you guys, I'm a real person who's really honest, and I'm learning to appreciate the truth more and more every single day. So something I just want to say, let's be honest. If you're surrounding yourself with people, places, and environments, make sure that it's true to who you are. So when it comes to telling the truth, when it comes to figuring out how, if you're in the right environments, if something is true for you, when it comes to doing right and wrong, people know how they feel. When it comes to behaviors, people have patterns. A lot of people may not be aware of their behaviors and how they respond and how they react, but every single person has patterns. And because every single person has patterns, it's easy to understand, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what's triggering you. And the realization that I've came up with and why I'm making this video is because I've had to accept that I have not been honest with myself. Like, certain consequences, certain situations, certain outcomes are because of me being dishonest. And the reason why it's so important to align yourself when it comes to being honest with the environments, the people, and places and things that you're exposing yourself with is because if you're not honest, if you're not in a place where you're supposed to be, if you're not hanging around people you're supposed to be with, if you're not doing things that are who you are, not only are you wasting your time, and with you wasting your time, you're going to feel like you're not worthy of deserving the truth. Something I had to realize, which is so unfortunate that we live in this world. I'm a part of it. I'm not just coming for you all, is that people would rather lie. People would rather do conniving and wicked things instead of being vulnerable and being honest. And when it comes to being honest, when you're an honest individual, like I said, when you're aligned with yourself, financially, emotionally, spiritually, however you want to label it, you don't have to worry. You don't worry when you're honest. You don't worry when you are truthful. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be confused. You don't have to sit here and entertain people, places, and things that are not in that nature. And in order for you to be honest with yourself, you have to admit that you may not always be honest all the time. And that's something you all know. Like, I'm very big on accountability. Like, first of all, as a young lady, whether you're a woman or a man, as young adults, anybody who's in a Gen Z, millennial, like, we are getting older in life. And that's what a lot of people do not understand when it comes to this life. People think that they're going to live forever and that is guaranteed to them. And the reason why I like to be very honest, people like to say transparent, is because it's no confusion. We have been accustomed to a world where it's so much easier to lie to people, it's so much easier to abuse people, it's so much easier to be dishonest, that when you tell people the truth, people look at you like, oh my goodness gracious, great googly moogly. And that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because here's the thing, you not being dishonest with your environment, it affects you. Like, something I had to realize and what has helped me along my journey is that when I wasn't honest to me and I was in environments and hanging around with people, places that was not honest to me, I had betrayal. People are like, oh, you can't trust nobody. People, if somebody wants to betray you, it doesn't take much long for them to show you. People show you who you are, who they are the first time. Environments will show you how it is the first time. That uneasy feeling of discomfort the first time. And for the woman, you all know we are the most and highly intuitive beings on this earth. That's why we bleed. That's why we give life. And regardless if you're white, black, or gray woman, you need to know that. And the same thing for men. Be honest with yourself. You want to have relationships, you want to grow, you want to get, you got to tell the truth. And I had to tell the truth. Anything I come on here and I suggest and advise to you all, I apply it. That's truthful. That is honest. I'm honest enough to come on here, look the way that I look, and be true to myself, regardless if people are like, oh girl, she need her hair done. Oh girl, she need to get. I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I don't like to be cursing like that, but be honest. This is the internet. You got to be honest. And in order for me to be honest and live this lifestyle in real life, I have to be true to what I'm saying. I can't just say certain things and not do what I'm saying. Because what's the purpose? That's a lot of people need to start asking themselves, what's the purpose if you're not going to be honest or truthful? When you are not honest and you're not truthful, ask yourself, like out loud, and I'm gonna ask myself, like, what is the purpose of me doing this if there is no truth or it's not resonating for me? Now, of course, wasting your time is optional. A lot of people fail to realize that wasting your time, like I said, because in life, because it's magical imagination, you can live forever as long as you want to be, but you have to understand that what you do, you will have consequences, good or bad. That's another reason why I suggest and advise people learn to be honest, because if you are not ready for their consequences that you are putting yourself in because you're not being honest, you're going to suffer. And the reason why people are stagnant, the reason why people are not growing, the reason why people have anxiety, the reason why people are depressed is because they're not being honest. So me being honest, individual, I'm saying that to say like my past, it doesn't exist no more. I'm currently in the present. In order for me to be the present, I had to accept my past. My past, I'm not gonna lie, I was full of shit, you all, full of shit. If there was somebody to be in the world and I had to describe myself on some real internally how I am in spirit, I would say I would be the Grinch. You all seen the movie The Grinch? I am the Grinch, or I used to be. My past, very negative insides. And I'm gonna be real about that. My past is not something that I'm not going to say that I'm not proud of, but my past is something that I want to learn from. My past is something that I want to be honest about. My past is the reason why I'm in the present moment. And I can be honest and I can admit that in certain times in my life, I wasn't the best of a person. Sometimes I did not have the best mentality. Sometimes, I was really mean or I was hurt or I was in my feelings because something too about being honest, when you're very honest with yourself, you will understand what people say and do has nothing to do with you. That's why it's so much. I would like suggest and advise you all to tell the truth because when you are honest, what other people say and do has nothing to do with you. So when I was mean back in the day, because I was mean because people projected. That is very honest, like truthful right hand to me on my life. I was a mean individual because people were mean to me. That does not justify it. That does not justify it. When people thought they was gonna go low, if you drag me, I would kick you in your face. The moment you try to drag onto me, I would kick. I'm kick. I put my kick. Y'all see, I got my whole like kick you in your throat and not give a red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. But as I've grown to become a young lady, I realized I'm not gonna let nobody steal my joy just because these people are mean. And when you are honest, you will realize that truthful people don't have to have hidden agendas. Truthful people do not have to have secret motives. Truthful people are not going to want you or them to be in situations that's going to cause them any form of dishonesty. Because when you are not honest to yourself, you're disrespecting yourself. The person I disrespected and the only person I was upset with and I've learned to accept is me. A lot of people don't want to be honest about the stuff that they do. A lot of people don't want to be honest about their skeletons. A lot of people don't want to be honest because that it bothers them. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Like, I've been to jail. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You could Google my name. Two pictures will pop up. I've been to jail multiple times in my early 20s. And me being a young lady who's been to jail multiple times in my 20s, I've learned that I want better for myself. And the only way I could become better is being honest. A lot of people don't want to express themselves and not realize that they have a conscience. When I was in jail, I did not care. And nobody, whether you're a woman or a man, should get to a facility where they mentally institutionalize you anyways to the point where you don't care about yourself to be honest with yourself or live a life. Me personally, I don't like to be guilty. I do not want to be guilty and I'm not going to be guilty. So if I'm not going to be guilty, I got to talk about the things that I did. Rather it was uncomfortable, rather I was in jail about to beat somebody up, rather I stole from Walmart, rather regardless. Because when you are honest about it, first of all, like I said, this is the internet. Okay, this a fucking screen. This is the second time I said the F word, but this is a screen. I'm not saying that nobody can't run up on me, but nobody's coming to my house. Nobody's saying to my face, They're not. And that's another thing. When you're honest, you don't have to worry. Like something I had to realize that people that talk about me, like, you know how important you are when you're an honest individual when people are worried about you? The topic of the town, always trending number topic. You would think that you are Beyonce or somebody high and mighty. I've had so many people talk. Nobody wants to be honest. Like, be honest with your friends, be honest with yourself, be honest with everything that you want to be honest in your life. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, how do you expect to have honest relationships with your friends? If you're not going to be honest to yourself, how are you going to be honest with your money? Get your money up. Don't get your funny up. Like, how are you going to be honest with your children if you have kids? How you gonna be honest with the people that you are surrounding yourself with? Like me, I'm being honest, and the reason why I'm being honest on the internet is because I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know that if I'm going to be used because I just am a vessel, you can't be not honest and think that you're going to get to a certain level of life, especially if you are serving the divine, because my life is not about me. It's not. And you all know I make jokes. I have a very sense of dark humor. Sometimes I make jokes with you guys, sometimes I don't. But I would have been gone. Okay. There have been life and death situations where people have tried to, take me out. And I personally wanted to take myself out, but I didn't allow that. And that's the goal that I have for you. Or we're not allowing that. Suicidal thoughts for what? Be honest with yourself. What are you doing that's causing you to feel this way? And that's the reason why people feel stagnant and they don't want to move forward, because they don't want to tell the truth. And I'm here to tell you now, if you come across this video, if you got to be subscribed, the type of time I'm on, if you got to be in my life, if you think you're going to be in my life, you need to be honest. Because I'm gonna be honest, you only attract what you put out. So if you're not gonna be honest individual, the people around you are not gonna be honest. Me personally, y'all, I need to get my scissors. I used to have a pair of scissors on my desk somewhere. Get you a pair of scissors and cut these people off. Cut them off. Cut every single person in your life who is not being honest. Cut every single food in your life that doesn't make you feel good. Cut off every single job. Cut off every single family member. Cut them off and remove them, because you don't need people in your life if they can't be honest with you. The reason why people feel like honesty is so discomforting is because they would rather somebody tell them a lie. I've never been that type of person. I'd rather you sit here bold-faced in my face. I'd rather boo-hoo cry to snobby down all the way to the river with somebody telling me the truth before you sit here and tell me a bold-faced lie, because it's disrespectful. You disrespect yourself. Like, a lot of people don't want to admit that. Like me, the reason why I was with bozos and bums and people that was crappy was because of me. I can't be mad at them for being a shitty person, because that's them. Who they are in their spirit, they don't have nothing to do with me. But me being aware, me not being honest with myself, I don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. When you are honest with yourself, you have high quality. We are becoming high quality individuals. Everybody is not high quality, and it's only because they choose not to be. It's not to be superior. It's not elite. Shout out to DeAndre Brown, but he's right. You want to be that person, you got to act like it. You need to be responsible. You need to hold yourself accountable. You need to be honest, say, you know what, I did this. And me personally, I respect people so much. This is why I respect people so much more. Now, of course, everyone's not me. Of course, you guys, everyone's not going to be part of the Ty Guidance Talks with Ty Law Familiar Gang, okay? And for those people, we sit there, we say hi and bye. We keep our high head up, chin up, eyes straight when we look low, okay? We're not superior, but at the end of the day, if you're going to do good by yourself, you're going to do good by yourself. If you want to be, like I said, you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. If you want a burger, eat a burger and be honest about it. Like me, I used to be a vegan up until 2019, 2020. So 2020, 2002, 2000 up until 2022, my diet has been crappy, and I've been honest about it. Only meat that I eat though is beef and chicken. I don't eat anything else if it's not beef or chicken. But besides the point, I could be honest and be like, you know what? I'm not even disappointed that my skin is breaking out right now, because I'm not eating how I'm supposed to. I'm not upset with the people that, I was trying to build relationships with, because these were people I know. And that's another thing. When you're honest with yourself, you don't have to worry about what people say and do. Like, something that I had to realize, you guys, how important you are. You have to know how important you are. When you are honest, people know that. That's why something I had to realize about me, I am so much more important in people's lives than they are to themselves. And the reason why I'm so much more important to them is because anybody who could go out their way and talk badly about you, or anybody who feels the need to bring you down or to spread rumors or to spread lies, they already feel low. So when people are low, bitch, we is going up to the sky. That's the third time I'm trying not to be, cursing and stuff. Cause yeah. But I'm excited. Like I'm when you're honest, you don't have nothing to worry about. And that's the point of this video. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest. Because what's going to happen is a lot of people fail to realize, and what they don't think is that you have consequences in life. You're going to have consequences. Everything you do in your life matters. Everything you do in your life matters. It matters. The reason why it matters is because you're the one who's doing it. You control your life. Nobody's going to tell you. Now, of course, when we're little children and we're brought into this world, like I said, we're little children. We're brought into this world. We're just trying to understand our sense of identity because we don't know any better. As you grow older, you have your conscious, subconscious. People like to say your third eye. You are your third eye. There is no, okay, like, it's who you are. That's what people fail to realize. You're not your eyes. You're not your nose. You have eyes. You have noses. You're not the sound that comes out of your mouth. There are no words coming out of my mouth. Learn to be honest with yourself so you don't have to sit here and worry about people, places, and things that cause you discomfort. Like me, I have to be very honest, and I'm very much so now in a point in my life where I can evaluate. I want to suggest and advise you start taking some time to evaluate the decisions that you made, because you are in these situations and your consequences are because 99% of the time, and I'm going to say that for everybody because, like I said, I'm not scary. I just said it. Now what? 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 Oh, now what? The reason why you have problems because 99% of my problems were Ty's fault. Ty was in the situations that Ty was in because Ty was responsible. I said it. Now what? Was I naive? Yes. Did I lack knowledge? Yes. Did I emotionally, financially, and physically damage myself? Yes. But when you're honest and you can admit that, you learn. That's how you grow. The reason why people don't grow is because they're not being honest. If you cannot sit here and say, you know what, I decided to go rob Chick-fil-A today because I was broke or because I was hungry, and that's what I did. Instead of, oh, I've never robbed Chick-fil-A. I would never. And you the one who's stealing the Polynesian and what's the other sauce? Chick-fil-A sauce and honey mustard and whatever type of sauce they sell at Chick-fil-A. Like, come on now, you're full of shit. And all that shit, like Jennifer Lewis said, you sit in shit for too long, you're not gonna realize that your ass stink. And a lot of people stink. And I'm not talking about just physically because your body odor. A lot of people have stink, nasty attitudes. I also said it. I used to have, like I said, the attitudes that people used to have was nothing. And that's why my evil, mean, green, behind self is now becoming this genuine person. Because I know how mean and green and machine and beans people can really get. Because people don't realize people do things for 1 or 3 reasons. I'm not going to talk about that just yet because as this year goes on, like I said, I'm going to be giving y'all the tools because I have no problem being honest. A magician has no problem telling you how I did what I did. Because if you are really paying attention, it's not a magic trick. People think people are doing, it's not a magic trick. You're not paying attention and you're not being honest. If you want to know something about somebody, let them show you who they are. The truth is always going to be told. The truth is always going to be obvious. Let me say that. A lie is going to be told. So let me rephrase that. The truth is something that's going to be in your face. You cannot deny the truth because it is what it is. That's like a fact. Something that is a lie, opinionated, or of self, that could be altered. But when you are telling the truth, you don't have to deny it. And people who are not truthful to themselves, don't worry, you guys, because something about me, oh my goodness, great googly moogly. I'm glad that all the dishonest people are no longer in my life because now that I choose to be honest, I can only have people who are honest with me. So I'm letting you know now, respectfully on YouTube. YouTube heard it first. TikTok is finna hear. Like I said, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ty_guidance because your girl, if y'all follow me on TikTok, y'all already know we are moving. We're moving forward. Shout out to Eric Thomas, okay? Shout out to Mr. Zoda Goat. These are my mentors. These are some good people, okay, you all. Birds of a feather flock together. Who you hang around is important. I need to be honest with myself so I can be honest with the people. If I want to build relationships, if I want to grow, if I want to have healthy relationships, if I want to have success, I have to be honest. Let's be honest. You have to be honest with yourself in order to have the things that you want. Because that's like the reason why people sit here and talk. It's so much easier. Oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna say that. Yeah. It sounds nice. But what are you doing? Mr. Zoda Goat, shout out to him today on his live. He's one of my mentors. He does Airbnb, he does credit, he does a lot of things. But the one thing he said to me that was really important that I really took from today, because I appreciate men, I really do, not just because physically I'm attracted to them, but like their mentality, because obviously I'm a woman, I'm opposite of them, was just not only being honest with yourself, but understand how your decisions affect you. A lot of people do not understand, like some things you don't have to rush. Like when you make a decision, I just want to suggest advise, and this is something, like I said, I hold myself accountable to and I apply myself. Do not speak before you have to make a decision, because once you start talking, once you start speaking, if it's not honest, if it's not what it's supposed to be, that's when people have problems. Once again, for example, this is a fun joke. Like I said, my sense of humor is dark. Me being an old criminal, anything that I used to say or do against me in court was used against me. So anytime at the judge, for those of you who know, or if you watch Medea, you know when you're in court, they're gonna ask you questions. It's you versus the state or the county, whatever. They're like, "Do you want to say anything?" I personally, when I was in those moments, I had to freeze. Any other time, like right now, I could just talk because it's in my nature. But sometimes you don't just want to talk, because once you say certain things, and if you don't think about how those things are going to be affected or how it's affecting you, once you say something, like the words people say is in the air. Like Cardi B said, if it's up, then it's stuck. And once it's up, then it's stuck. Can't no coming back down. So you have to be honest with yourself. Be mindful of how you're having conversations. Take some time before you speak. And that's something, once again, you all, anything I say, I am doing. And anything I say, I do. And because I say what I do, I did that. That's what I do. Shout out to DC on Fly, you guys. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what he does. When you are honest, you don't have no, I'm not gonna say nothing to worry about. But to be real, in my opinion, this is just an opinion, this is not advice. But I don't see nothing wrong when I'm being honest. Only time I feel like I had chaos. I was worried, I was stressed and depressed, and had all these emotions was when I wasn't honest. And growing up as a little girl, my father, because he was such an honest man, installed that. Anytime I was this honest, Jeff, that's my father's name. Shout out to him. He's not here, but he knew. And that's the thing. When people are honest too, because that's the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people be talking about, yeah, I'm this and I'm that, and you don't have to talk about. I realize that when you really paying attention, like people don't gotta talk about what they do, they just do that shit. Like, I don't, like all of last year, I didn't have to sit here and tell y'all I'm gonna be consistent. I did that shit. I got 440 videos that I posted by myself. And by before the end of this year, I'm gonna have my 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna have our subscribers. This channel's finna to grow because I'm doing what I'm saying. I'm not just talking for my health. Because I'm being honest. I could be honest enough and be like, you know what? I started this. I want to continue. The only way I'm gonna continue is being honest. Accept your past. If you cannot accept your past, you're not gonna be in the present. And that's something that you have to take time and be honest. Like me, like I said, some things I did in my past. The reason why I talk about this, if people want to talk about me, go ahead. Like I said, y'all type in my name, 2 pictures gonna pop up. You get a picture like this, or you're gonna see a picture with my hair straight back. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm honest. The reason why I talk about me going to jail is for people to realize, especially as young women, and this is not to come for men, but I personally, how I feel about men, their whole mental health, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's different from females. That's just perspective. I don't know everything. You all know that. Okay. I'm just now becoming a life coach. So let's just be patient. But I talk about these things so people understand that it's okay. Like if people want to make fun of you, like me, I remember I was having a conversation, talking about some, oh, was she been in jail? You damn right not been in jail. You better hope I don't bust a cap in your ass. When you are honest with yourself, what other people think about you is not their business. So if people want to talk about, oh, she's been in jail, yeah, I have been in jail. What people don't realize, when you are honest, it don't phase you. Nothing should phase you. When you are an honest person, nothing should move you. Like right now, in this year, turning 25 years old and actually applying what I know, nobody is moving nothing. The only thing that can move right now is the goddamn motherfucking clouds in the sky. That's the only thing I see spinning. Ain't nobody spinning no block around me. And if you think you're finna pull up, run up. Because when you're honest with yourself, you will run up. You tell the truth. Be truthful to yourself. Don't worry about people, places, and things that are not honest with you. So for this month into next month, and like I said, hold yourself accountable. Be honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, you're not going to worry. When you're truthful to yourself, you don't have to worry about people, places, and things. Like me being honest with myself, I realized, like I said, all the people that were dishonest, I'm glad that I'm no longer associating myself with them because they were not honest. I'm not going to get to where I need to be. You got people in your face smiling, kiki, oh yeah, I like you, Ty, da da da, whole time envious and jealous. I want everyone to know now. Anybody who comes across this page, you're not going to have no envious and jealous spirits. First of all, I'm a magician. I'll put a spell on you. And second of all, that's a joke if you guys know. I'll put a spell on you. It's from Ursula, but if you know, you know. Second of all, I'm not tolerating it. Because anybody who supports me, how are you jealous? There's only one Talks with Ty. There's only one of you watching this right now. Nobody can be you. You cannot be everybody, so you cannot be in competition with anybody. And I'm going to say it slow so you could catch it. You cannot be in competition with everybody if you are what? A somebody. You're not everybody. So that means if you're not everybody, you cannot be anybody other than who? Oh, okay, yourself. Be honest with yourself. First of all, you honest with yourself, you shouldn't see nobody as no competition. Because I'm not gonna lie, like to be real with y'all, since I'm gonna be honest and not like I said, I'm finna talk my shit, I'm finna pop my shit. I don't like that. Don't come around me having negative energy or feeling like some secret, and especially I'm not gonna lie, to men. To men. If you are a male and you are a subscriber, stop being jealous, especially of women. I tell this to I got a little brother. He's 20 or 21 years old. Don't you ever let no female make you feel insecure about yourself. Because if that's your female, that's regardless if that's your friendship, your girlfriend, your lady, your coworker, nobody who is honest with themselves got to be dishonest with other people. Don't let nobody be insecure. The reason why people are insecure is because they're not honest with themselves. And I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to little boys, not men, because like I said, I'm a young lady. I have my moments where I could be a little girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm goofy when it comes to people's emotions and processing, but when it comes to survival, I'm a boss. I'm a woman at the end of the day. And that goes for the men. Everybody's survivals, everybody's communications, everybody's experience is not the same. So for grown men, for the men, because I'm not a man, but as a Black woman with power who's standing up to talk her shit as a real divine feminine, don't let nobody make you insecure, especially not no female. Because it's not fair to you. When, like I said, when people are not honest to themselves, you are only disrespecting yourself. I was disrespecting myself by hanging around people I knew for a fact did not fucking like me. Just because I wanted to be seen or around somebody so bad. I was so hyperly independent as an individual that me just spending around someone, like I said, I don't need you to spend no money. I don't need you to give me anything. Just be there. I don't need people to do shit for me because I do everything for myself. Just be there. But the fact that me just wanting to be around people I wasn't honest with myself is disrespectful. And I'm not mad at nobody other than myself because honestly, I put myself in those situations. Them fucking red flags people be talking about all the time. I turned that shit into a motherfucking carnival and a motherfucking circus. I thought shit was sweet. It's not. Don't turn no fucking circus or a fucking carnival into some shit show when you've seen the first red flag immediately, right? Regardless if that's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friend. Like I said, when you're honest with yourself, everybody else and everything else is going, that's how you align yourself. You cannot align yourself if you are imbalanced. And in order to get balance, you got to start looking, like I said, start evaluating yourself, start taking some time to yourself and be like, this is how I handle this. Was I really honest? And it's not an ego or a pride thing. Once a lot of you get out here, and I'm going to say this honestly, because I have my moments where I could be feeling my ego, and I'm going to talk about that. Because like I said, if I'm talking about me, why would I not sit here and everybody else? And that's another reason why I'm finna really be honest. I have no problem telling the truth. I don't have any, like I said, negative energy in my spirit to be conniving, wicked, like for what like I said, this is a supernatural world. So why on earth, if I know this is a supernatural world, why on earth do I want to be friends with the devil? For what? For what? You're just the empty vessel. Like, devil don't even like the people that he's using, and the people don't even know. For what? So I can be angry and miserable. You're not going to live forever. You don't know when the fuck you are going to transition. So if you don't know when you're going to transition, you need to start living your life like you going to die, because that's what's going to happen. In order to live your life like you're going to die, you got to be honest with yourself. Stop expecting things from people. If you're not honest from yourself, don't expect nothing from nobody else. And I personally, you guys, like I said, I have no problem holding myself accountable. The reason why I love constructive criticism so much is because, like I said, I'm a life coach. If I'm a life coach, that means in real life, I need to be coaching. I can't just be talking just to talk, because not just that, this is not no shade to the people out here that be talking just to talk. But when you talk just to talk and you don't talk about what you do, people who really talk and walk at the same time, they're going to know. That's another reason why you just need to go ahead, be honest, start telling the truth. Don't be sitting here trying to jump through all these hurdles. Don't be trying to sit here and whoop la. If you're not about that life and you don't want no consequences, just know, trust and believe you're not gonna be able to spin no block without getting spent. Like, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, you really got to sit here and ask yourself, like, how is this making me feel? And of course, when it comes to being honest, you have as much time as you need to. Like I said, you don't know when you're going to not be here. And the reason why I stress that, and I repetitively and like, I can't think of the word repetitively. I'm just gonna say repetitively because I can't think of another adjective or synonym. Repetitively, the reason why I keep installing that is because that's the reality. The reason why I specifically, and shout out to Eric Thomas, he's my mentor. The reason why I specifically and strategically say certain words is because people need to get it. I'm not going to keep not saying it until you get it. And how I'm going to know you get it? When you understand something, somebody doesn't have to keep telling you. That's like if you say sorry to somebody, oh, I'm sorry I did this. Oh, I'm sorry. Change your behavior. Change your behavior. Don't tell me you're sorry if you're still doing what you're doing. You're not sorry. You said it. That's what I'm saying. Talking and doing are two different things. I could sit here all day and talk about da 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 da. What am I doing? Am I holding myself accountable? Am I making sure when I talk to people, I'm looking at myself instead of blaming other people? Because when you blame other people, not only do you become a victim, and not only do you become psychotic, you become psychotic, and now you're the victim, and now you live in all these delusions and illusions, and you wondering why you so psychotic. Because you're not even, you so wrapped around, like I said, you let the fucking enemy get to you. You don't even know that you're being used. Because you are just a vessel, just like me. The only difference between you and I is that I'm letting you know. That's the only difference. So don't let nobody, people, place, and thing that's not aligned with you or honest to who you are, true to you, throw you off guard. Because when you're not honest, like I said, when you're not honest, you're gonna be distracted. I was very much so distracted, and I was very much so aware that I was distracted, but I wasn't aware that I was distracted on how I was being distracted. Like, it's one thing to know that, okay, something's wrong, but if you know why it's wrong, you can actually, okay, have the option and the choice to be like, okay, how do I want to handle this? Or do I want to handle this right now? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have that opportunity. When it comes to your life, you should look at your life as an opportunity. And I'm going to say that. Start living your life and being honest. Like, I would not suggest and advise being honest if I feel like one is not working or it's not effective. Like, me being honest, I'm not going to lie. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about me being honest. I don't. I don't, because me personally, I'm so to myself, I let a lot of things slide. People think that I care. I don't have the attachment to a lot of things that a lot of earthly people do. I don't. Even if I tried, I could not pretend. Like, that I'm not a pretender. Like, I may not say nothing, but I also feel. And that's the thing. When you feel a lot and you don't say nothing, that doesn't mean that you're not being honest with yourself. It just means that you need to express that. Because the only person who's bothered, and I've had to learn that from being honest. Like, I was not honest when it came to my communication or relationships, and me being honest about it now, I'm realizing I don't want to deal. I don't have to deal. And realizing, like I said, we put ourselves in these consequences, we put ourselves in these scenarios and situations, we could get ourselves out of it. A lot of people don't realize, like me, the little hole that I digged a couple years ago, I'm now digging myself out slowly and surely. It's not anybody's job or for anybody's place to make me feel bad because I'm being honest about it. And when you are being honest about it, who cares? Like I said, I'm so important to people. Like the fact that people, a group of people, or one person, if one person or a group of people could go out their way to talk badly about you or spread lies about you or just focus on you. Like I got people that watch what I do. I don't even follow them or talk to them. Like, worry about yourself. Be honest with yourself. You wouldn't have to worry. Like I said, when you're not honest with yourself, it shows. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, let's be honest. When you are not honest with yourself, it is going to show. The only person you're gonna be fooling is you. The only person who's gonna be phased by it is you. The only person who's gonna be hurt by it is you. Don't nobody care. Nobody cares if you're gonna be honest or not, and you should want to be honest for yourself. Okay, so I just got my chat, you guys. It says and did happy Friday Ty speak it acted into existence. They are very different and no one is innocent. But to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. So the Reese Blue and Bryson Jackson, I don't know why I'm just now getting the chat. Cause like I have my phone right here. So for the Reese Blue and Bryson Jackson, good evening. I do apologize, you guys. I don't know why it now just popped up. And did. Um, I don't know. So Doris and Bryson, happy Friday. And it just says and did, and it says they're very different. So the chat, I don't know how it's looking on you guys' end, but I don't know if I can fix this. I want you guys to know I'm not ignoring you. It just now popped up. So uh, I'm gonna just say hello if you guys are in the chat. If you guys are in the chat, I'm so sorry. This is weird. I've never had this happen before. Usually, heck, you guys, I'm having technical difficulties. So on my phone, the chat pops up, but on the screen, it's backwards. Let me see if I could find something really quickly. But just keep that in mind, you all. I'm just learning to accept, to tell the truth. That's the intention of this video. That's really what I just wanted to cover her. And when you do the right thing, what could go wrong? I'm not saying that things are not going to happen because another thing a lot of people fail to realize is that life is not about you. Once you realize that life is not about you and that you are a vessel and that it's up to you to determine how you want to be used, you won't allow yourself to be worried and stressed. Like stop attaching yourself. Something I did last year, or not last year, something I've been doing along maybe like 2-3 years, because I'm now 25, is stop attaching yourself to people, place, and things. Nobody and nothing belongs to you. When you can accept that nobody and nothing belongs to you, you will one, learn to be an individual. Two, you realize that you're everything that you need and that you can make it. Something I'm learning about being very honest with myself, I don't need nobody to do it. You want to be able to do things for yourself. And Doris Blue, shout out to her, you all. She is someone who's been an individual and has been very honest with herself, and she's going to get to where she needs to be. So, Doris Blue, you guys know I talk about her all the time, and she's a young lady. So, if she's a young lady and everyone's, lifestyle is not hers, but everyone has the opportunity if you're going to be honest about it. And for Doris, the reason why I speak so highly of her is because some people don't have equal opportunities and they still are willing to do what they can. And I respect that. I respect that. When people have less, I respect Doris Blue. I respect people, regardless if you have a lot, it's your mentality. Two things in life, I'm going to sit here and tell you all how I would suggest and advise when it comes to living your life and getting somewhere. It's going to be your attitude and it's going to be your effort. Your attitude and your effort. A lot of people are like, oh, all you got to do in life is be consistent. If you don't have a good attitude and you don't believe, how are you going to become consistent? It's a process, like something I'm like what I'm doing YouTube. I'm not supposed to blow up in a day because if I blow up in a day, like I said, now of course you guys know I have 440 videos. If I didn't have no videos, for what? It's the longevity, it's the leisure. I don't want to work ever in my life again. I want to be financially abundant. So I have to build what I want. I have to build my success. It's not going to happen in a day. If it takes 9 months for you to get to be in this world in the physical, why on earth do you think when it comes to you being honest, healing, understanding yourself, it's going to take you a day? If it didn't even take you a day to deal with the trauma and all the trauma that you have built up inside, why on earth do you think you don't want nothing that's going to not be stable? You don't want things that are not secure. You don't want to be around people who don't make you feel secure or allow you to be yourself. You want to be honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, everything is going to reflect. And I can say that from experience. Doris Boo was a very honest person. When I met her, I was not very honest. And I let her know that. And because I was able to meet people like her and continue to meet people, I want to do better. And that's the same thing I want for you all. But in order for you to really want that and be about that life, you got to be honest and admit that. A lot of people do not like holding themselves accountable. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's not my job to point fingers and tell people, well, you could do this. No, people going to do whatever they want to do. All I'm going to do is suggest and advise information because I can't tell you what to do. I can't even tell you how to feel, even if I wanted to, because I'm not you. People don't feel the way they do. You could take the information if it resonates, if it resonates. If not, then that means I'm not for you. I'm not going to stop, drop, and roll just because you're not going to stop, just roll for me. So be honest with yourself. You got to realize there's certain people in your life that are meant to be in your life. Certain people, if they're not in your life, that is okay. That is okay. Like I've already said, at the end of the day, when you get to your destination, a good 90% of the chance you're going to be there by yourself. Because in order for you to succeed in your life, you have to succeed in your life. Nobody is going to succeed for you. And of course, everyone doesn't have the same hand. It doesn't have the same spoon. But something like me, something like Doris, people like ourselves, if you want something and you know how you feel, you're going to do it. Like me, when I had started my channel and I was angry, I'm coming out of a relationship, all abusive, all toxic, with no money, no nothing, I did it angry. Do it angry, do it mad, do it sad. If you got to yell, scream, and shout until you get to where you need to be, don't let up. You got to take breaks, take breaks. Like you all know, like I said, I didn't have to talk about it, but all for a year straight, I did what I needed to do. I did what I did, and now it's done. I'm leaving with a legacy because I did what I needed to do. It's only a matter of time, like I said, because I know it's a longevity. It's not something I want to get soon, anyways. I need it to continue. I need it to flow. That's what currency is. That's why currency is equivalent to water. Water is currency. It's a form of currency. And then the paper money, the currency. So in order for you to flow, in order for you to align yourself and get to where you need to be, you got to be honest. Start, and you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to come on here on YouTube or the internet and tell people your business or tell them the truth. The reason why I'm doing this is like I do things very intentional. Like I said, I'm aware of who I am and where I'm going to be and how I'm gonna get there. Okay, everyone's not me, so don't expect that. But if you need to, start telling the truth with yourself. Or if you have people you can confide in, I suggest and advise surrounding yourself with people you could call and text and be like, hey girl, or hey guy, whatever you say, him, they, she, it don't matter, they, dogs, okay? Be honest. Be honest, because the more you learn to be honest with yourself, you could trust other people. Something I had to realize and something I don't agree with is when people say they can't trust nobody. I'm not gonna lie. You tell me you don't trust nobody, that scares me because that means you don't trust yourself. And one thing about me, there's an I in Ty. I trust myself before I trust anybody on this earth in the physical, to be very real. And of course, everything comes with balance. So you want to have trust within yourself and trust with other people, but you want to trust yourself to know that other people may not be who they are. And that's what I'm saying. If you trust yourself first, you don't gotta worry about what other people do. Because if someone's gonna cross you, if somebody's gonna rob you, they're gonna do it. Like I've had this conversation with this man. I had to explain to him about perspective. He talking about something when you look good or if you look a certain type of way. Like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. This is my honest opinion. Anybody who looks at you physically and automatically judges you, you're small minded. You are, to me. That's my opinion. I said what I said. You are very small minded because here's the thing, people think lack of experience and lack of knowledge. That's one reason why I'm saying small minded. Because here's the thing, if I was to rob you right now and I put on a suit and I put on some makeup and I'm all dressed up with some red bottoms You think I'm not gonna rob you just because I have on red bottoms and because I have on a suit compared to somebody with a ski mask? But that's the problem. People are looking at your physical and they trying to pinpoint. You can't judge somebody what they look like because what somebody looks like is not who they are. That's your vessel. How I look, how I talk, people are confused. You're not going to figure somebody out until they display certain things. So when you're honest, that's another thing. You don't got to worry about figuring out people. Like I hate when people try to figure me out. You cannot figure me out. Okay, like I said, okay here. When you know what you're doing and you're being honest and intentional, you don't have no reason to worry about the cracks. You don't have no reason to worry about people being finesse. Like I said, you don't have no reason for somebody to dress up in a suit just to rob you because the person in ski mask and person in the suit, if they want to rob you, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. A lot of people stop being so content with the label and attachment that you think that this is one outcome. That's why I say it's small minded. And I say that to say, because anybody who supports me and you support yourself, what does this video say? Let's be honest. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear because I don't need people in my ear telling me what I want to hear. I want people to tell me the truth. I want them to be genuine about it because that's who they are and that's how they feel. If you're not going to be genuine about what you feel and what you know, you got to go. It is 2022. For like I said, for all of the millennials, Gen Zs, we are 24, 25 in our mid 20s. And then for those, like I said, the young ladies and you all are in your 20s. This is not a time where we don't have resources and privileges compared to the generations before us. That's why they talk the way they do about us. It is up to us to live our lives for us. In order to do that, you want to be honest. I suggest and advise you start to tell the truth. When you start telling the truth about your life, can't nobody, like I said, I wish somebody would. Like, first of all, if you're not paying for my hair, do you think I care about what you think? I look good at the end of the day. I don't wake up and live my life for the internet. Because guess what? I'm a real person in real life. I'm not just here for the internet. So with that being said, you gotta know that. You should not worry about how people view you if they're not trying to help you. Now, for example, if someone's giving you advice to help you, to better you, for example, Doris, she was my roommate at one point in time. I used to like wearing purple lipstick. That's just something I'm very dramatic, like outgoing. Something she said to me, she suggests and advises is wearing calm colors. The reason why I listened to what she said and I wasn't offended or felt like it was personal was because she was suggesting and advising information that was beneficial. You know when someone's being shady, you know when someone's trying to bring you down versus somebody to try to tell you something to better you. Because what she said made very much so sense. Like certain way, look in a certain way of adequacy and like elegancy. Now, of course, if I wanted to be me and selfish and in my ego, I could have been like, well, girl, who do you think you are? No. When you are honest with yourself, you know. Her perspective, of course, how I choose to go about that is for me. But just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean they're attacking you. That's the problem. That's why people don't like telling the truth, and it's unfortunate. Happy Friday to Jigsaw. Okay, so now it's popping up, you guys. So DeReese Blue, Bryson Jackson, and Jigsaw BNR. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Learn to be honest with yourself. I promise you that the honesty is for you. So, for example, if people did you dirty and you want closure, something I just want to suggest and advise, because how people heal, of course, is optional and it's up to them. But something I've realized is that me being honest with myself, I don't care about the people that are no longer in my life because they're no longer in my life. They weren't honest. Like I recently just had an experience not too long ago, and instead of me, how this is how I know I'm growing, instead of me feeling some type of way about it, I accepted it. Accepted it. When you learn to accept things that you cannot control, you realize what you do have control over. You realize what choices you do have. You realize what resources that you do have. But if you don't sit here and be honest with yourself, because when you are not honest with yourself, you hurt yourself. You think that you're using somebody, for example, people that use people, scam people, you think you're getting something, you taking away from the resource. You don't want to take from somebody who's willing to give to you, because if somebody's willing to give to you and you take from them, they're not going to want to give to you anymore. And not just that, why would you take from someone who wants to give? You know how hard it is to survive and live life. You take, not saying you take from people who don't want to give, but if you take something, you taking it to have it. Don't take from somebody who wants you to have. Because when you take from people who want you to have, you taking away yourself. Because that person like me, I had to realize certain people in my life, and like I said, I'm glad. I'm glad I don't associate myself with certain people. There are certain people in my life I wanted to do well. Wow, the whole entire time, they wanted me on my ass. Y'all wanted me on my ass. But guess what? Guess what? I'm skinny. I don't have a big ass. So guess where I fell? Nowhere. I fell on the heels of my feet and I stood 10 toes tall. We're not having that. We need to be honest with ourselves. So as this month continues, be mindful of the people you're surrounding yourself with. Learn to accept certain situations. Like me personally, everyone from my past, other than the Reese Blue, Bryson Jackson, Jigsaw BNR, anyone who's not in this chat right now, it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. I'm gonna be honest. If you're supposed to be in relationships with people, you don't have to question where you stand. If you're supposed to have a job, you wouldn't have to worry about getting it. And understand denial and rejection is a form of protection because there are better. In order for you to get better, you have to want to be better. Like I said, I used to be the Grinch, the mother effing Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch. Had no problem, but I also got nowhere in life. So now I have no choice but to be honest about what I say and what I do. And however people choose, once again, like I said, if you're not financing me, feeding me, or helping me, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Ty_Goddess. I don't red fish, blue fish. I don't want you all to say it with me. Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Shout out to Dr. Seuss. We don't have time. Because if we being honest with ourselves, do we worry about people that's not honest with us? Are you going to surround yourself with people that's not going to be honest with you? You going to surround yourself with people that talk about you, don't even want you to do well? People be so jealous of themselves. People be having internal problems amongst themselves. Like I said, if anybody, like groups of people, like me personally, I'm not going to lie. I'm aware of this. I don't care. I think it's very embarrassing. And not just that, people will give their power to me. I'm letting you know now. If you can have people talk about you like groups of people or just individual people, you're pressured. You are a lot more important than what you think. I know I'm Beyonce's daughter. Every day, people let me know. I don't have to do nothing. I could just exist. How people feel about me and me existing, that's not my problem. Because guess what? I didn't in the physical, like you didn't ask to be here and I didn't ask to be here. So be honest with yourself. You don't have to worry about people trying to comfort you. Like you will no longer you're not going to entertain certain things when you're honest with yourself. You really honest with yourself, like me, certain guys, certain friends, certain people. If you're not a Doris Blue, if you're not a Jigsaw B, if you're not a Bryson Jackson, we're not friends. We are not friends. I'm not your friend. You are not my friend. I'm let that be clear and let that know now. So when people try to come back, the door is closed. My door, I burnt it. Where's my lighter, you guys? I had me a little lighter somewhere. I burnt the door. So it's ash to ash, dust to dust. It's gone. It is gone. Learn to be honest with yourself. So everything else could be that. Everything else will align. You have to be aligning yourself though. Like, don't rush your process. Do not rush your process. I'm not in any rush to become monetized because once again, are you ready for that type of responsibility? Are you ready? Because a lot of people ask for certain things. A lot of people want certain things so bad. You get it, and then what? Do you know how to take care of it? Are you going to be in a condition to maintain it? Like, this is something I'm doing. Am I going to be able to maintain over 1,000 subscribers? Am I going to maintain over 10,000? It's a lot of eyes and attention that I'm not used to, but I have to prepare myself for if this is, and that's the same thing for you. You need to prepare yourself for what it is that you want. So therefore, when you receive it, you can keep it. That's another reason why the reason why people have dishonesty or not, because they're not being honest. If you're not, like, for example, prepared for something and you get it, then something I had to realize the stability and being honest and the longevity as a young lady, as an adult, and as a businesswoman for everyone here who's entrepreneurs or just people just trying to understand themselves. Something I'm learning from Mr. Zodago, something I'm learning for these mentors is that it's the experience, you all. Like, you got to do it consistently. That is what I feel like they should say be consistent with. Like, you got to be consistent with your work ethic. I will say that. But when it comes to starting a business, just telling somebody to be consistent, I'm not gonna lie, that's bullshit. Y'all know, me being honest, I'm not gonna just tell you, oh, all you gotta do is just be. Everybody could be consistent. It takes more than telling someone to do that. And that's another thing on this channel. I'm doing more than just saying. I am breaking down. That's why last month and now I'm on TikTok. I just made a new TikTok for you all. I'm switching things up. And that's another thing Zoe said today in his video. You got to be able to be flexible. You got to be adaptable because nothing in life stays the same. If you can accept that life is going to change, you being honest with yourself, you're going to flow. That's how you learn to buckle up, and that's how you stay consistent. That's how you move forward. But until you learn to accept that, the world's gonna be and you're gonna be okay. So make sure you guys are practicing daily. Make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram and Twitter at @time_guidance. What the heck? Let me get off here, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Shout out to Doris Blue. Shout out to Bryson Jackson. And shout out to Jigsaw BNR. Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Shout out to those who are liking it. I just want to say thank you all. For those of you who are liking the videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you like something, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. I'm very open-minded. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I'm not going to go against what you're saying. And that's the same respect. So I want everyone to know on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, because my page is now no longer private, I've been blocking a lot of people. If you don't respect yourself, you're not about to come over here and disrespect me. Because this platform is not about me. It's the people that I'm affecting. My name is just the brand. Just like me. This is just my face. So be mindful of that. And I'm not no regular life coach either. Let's make that clear. I'm not supposed to be. Eric Thomas, he's not a regular life coach. He's for his audience. I'm not going to be for everybody. So you keep that in mind. If I'm not for you, that's fine. You could disagree with somebody. You don't have to tell them. Like if you don't like, for example, and I want you all to keep in mind, because this is something I'm working on. If you disagree with somebody's post and they like something and it's the opposite, you don't have to comment your 2 cents. Why do you think they care? If people are not asking you for your opinions or they're not suggesting and advising information, don't go out your way, because that's what people feel to realize. What you focus on grows. A lot of people be focused on people they don't like instead of taking the time to ask them how they're doing what they're doing. Instead of taking the time to be like, okay, Ty knows how to do this or Jigsaw knows how to do this. Give them people credit. Don't be a hater. It's only one you. And anytime you feel like somebody is better than you, you already lost. Like a lot of people do not realize that all the people that talk about me, you do not understand how much energy and how much life. You see how, well, not right now because my skin looks, but you see how I'm glowing, okay? I look young. I am healthy because of that. You put your energy onto the wrong things. That's what you're going to focus on. Be honest with yourself. Don't worry about people, places, and things. Like I said, if somebody don't have nothing nice to say to you, fuck them up. And I'm going to hold myself accountable, like especially like my biggest issue, I'm gonna just be honest, I guess I'm gonna say this, is my relationships with men. Like my future husband, he already noticed because he's the future. If you can't be honest with me and I can't be honest with you, we're not gonna date. And something I just seen on TikTok from a grown woman say is, if I gotta get out my character, which means if I gotta raise my voice, if I gotta yell, and this goes for friendships too, if we gotta yell and scream, we don't need to be friends. Because real adults, and this is what I'm saying for us here, no one's perfect, but if you're trying to grow and you want to do better, you're going to try. You're going to try. You're not going to make excuses. You're not going to sit here and be lying and doing all this extra. No, be honest. Because I am 25 years old, and I'm not no, like I want to be a 100% an adult. It's a choice. Everyone is not going to grow up financially, emotionally, spiritually, intuitively, however you want to sit here and call it. They're not. So if you can't control what other people do, you can control yourself. And how you control yourself is learning to be honest with yourself. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live your life. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at @time_guidance. Like I said, if you don't want to get blocked, please respect yourself, because it's common courtesy. And when you're not honest, everything I just said, like I said, it's a reflection of you. So understand your character. Understand your character. If you want to be the baddest, if you want to be your character, your energy speaks before people do. So when people like me, people don't realize because I'm intuitive, okay? Highly. How you present yourself, I'ma feel it. How I choose to walk around, that's for me. Don't dance with devils, you guys. Make sure you guys love yourself, practice daily.